This video is sponsored by Aniba.com. Aniba.com is a brand new digital gaming marketplace with the best deals and lowest prices on all of the hottest, newest games. Use the code Qui-Gon, one word, as is shown on the screen right now, for 3% off your purchase. You can find all the necessary links in the description. Anyway, enjoy the video. Hello there! In this video, I'm going to be reacting to the new Halo Infinite trailer. I didn't watch it live. I think it was announced and revealed at E3, but I didn't watch it live. I haven't seen it yet, so I thought it's 5.5 minutes long. I have heard that it's on the next gen Xbox. It's not going to be on the current gen Xbox, which is hilarious, and I'll talk about that in another video probably. But yeah. Also, I'm really excited for this because it's going to be on PC. Anyway, yeah. Let's. It's a cinematic, so it's not gameplay. I would have liked to see gameplay, but let's have a look. I think I've got it. So yeah, you guys should hear it. And hear my voice. Game engine footage. Okay. Looks gorgeous. It looks very good. Let me just.
Warning. Warning. Pressure building in lines 4,
Very different.
17, and 33. Pressure building in lines 4, 17, and
The other Halos.
pressure building in lines 4, 7. Protocol accepted. Breach detected.
It's a weird way of starting it. Don't know if this is going to be some abstract trailer like the Halo 3 Never Forget trailer was, or...
Daddy's listening. Can you say hi?
Hi.
And how big are you?
How big are you?
Can you tell Daddy how big you are? Are you so big?
So big.
And can you sing?
Tingle.
Good singing. How about I miss you?
It's you.
And I love you.
I love you.
I love you, Daddy.
I love you, Daddy.
And I can't wait to see you. Can you say see you?
See you.
Good, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
It's really interesting. Definitely like a different direction. I have to like double check. Is this Halo? the graphic style is very different. I know it's just a cinematic, but this is the game engine using. I'm so glad it's on PC. I'm not going to be fucking forced into buying a brand new Xbox just to play it.
This is UNSC Pelican Echo 216.
The joys of console game.
This is UNS.
Oh my god. Oh my god, they've returned. Oh, they've got the old style back. Yes. It's like a morph between Halo 3 and Halo 4. Armor style. Oh my god! Oh, that's perfect. See, it's a morph between Halo 4 and Halo 3, and that is the perfect thing, because it's proportionate and more beefy looking than the Halo 3 one.
Power cells are fried. Armor shut down. Triggering survival mode. I'm going to try to overwrite. Okay. If you can hear me in there, I hope you're ready. Please don't die. Please. Don't die. Yes! 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 We're going home! Oh, welcome back, Chief.
This looks like the gameplay graphics right now.
I rerouted what little power I had into your suit. Looks like there's a problem with the servos in your hands. Stay calm. You've been out there a while.
Wow.
I know I saw something in here to check your armor's diagnostics. See there, big guy. You're not.
Status report.
Status report? What? There's something you need to see, Chief. We lost. Lost everything. There's nothing left for us here.
There's another. Oh my god, there's another hero.
Here is. No. Not then. Not again. We need to run.
No.
No.
Get ready.
Oh, it's 2020. Are you serious? Why would they show it now? We have to wait another year. Fucking hell, that brings back memories.
I chose you because you were special. I knew we would be perfect together. And I was right.
Wow. Wow, that is amazing. That is amazing. Yeah, I'm so happy it's coming to PC. I think it's confirmed it's coming to PC, innit? Because I predicted this. I predicted that it's going to be locked behind the next console, which is just console gaming. It's no fault of Xbox. But I predicted it that it was going to be, you know, they're going to force players to buy the new console. So glad I jumped off the console bandwagon whilst I did, as early as I did. Because now, you know, I don't have to upgrade to play it, you know what I mean? Going down the road of PC is the right thing to do. Definitely the right thing to do. Oh my god, it's going to be so amazing. I mean, I know that's not gameplay or anything, but fucking hell, that looks good. Very interesting way of starting it as well. It causes more and raises more questions than it answers, you know. Also leads me to believe this isn't going to be set immediately after Halo 5. It's going to be like quite a while after Halo. It looks like humanity has just been like rendered as sort of like fucking like nomads, sort of like just refugees and stuff. Like, wow. Okay, that looks amazing. It really does. It also Halo 5. Well, since Halo 5, Halo's caught so much negative attention and heat, and it really wasn't a bad game. It wasn't the best Halo, but it was a great game. So I hope that with stuff like this, now that they're going in the right another direction and the right direction with like the original art style and stuff, oh my god, it's gonna be so amazing. The fact that they've got the Halo 3 Chief, kind of a little bit of Halo 4, his suit as well, because Halo 3 was good, but I mean Halo 4, the one thing that Halo 4's suit did have that Halo 3 didn't is it just had that beefy, proportionate look to it. Halo 3, it looked kind of cool, but the Spartans all had fucking massive heads. They look like pop vinyl. What do they call it? Those collectible things, like pop vinyls, something like that. They look like those. They look cool for their time, but they look like those. And then obviously in Halo Reach, they sort of made them more proportionate and cooler looking. So to see Chief's armor, like, it made no sense in Halo 4. This is always something that bothered me, because Master Chief changed his armor mid-cryo sleep from Halo 3 to Halo 4. He had the original Halo 3 armor, went into cryo sleep, and then magically his armor had changed in so many different ways coming into Halo at the start of Halo 4. So I like this. This kind of overwrites it. It would be nice to see some kind of, I don't think they'll do this, but some kind of patch to Halo 4 and Halo 5 if it comes to PC. Or when they get added to the Halo MCC PC. Maybe a patch that brings this, or an update that brings this armor to Master Chief in cutscenes and stuff. That would be good. It made no sense. He changed his armor, and I'm always the one that looks at details like that. It just bothered me so much throughout Halo 4. Like, how did this happen? Oh, and yeah, the fact that he's got this armor instead of his Halo 4 and Halo 5 armor now, most likely this is probably symbolic of the rest of the art style of the game as well. Hopefully we'll get accurate elites back. They really just turned elites into brutes in Halo 4 and Halo 5. They changed their armor. They made them look like barbarians and brutish type, you know, archetypes. And the way that they moved and stuff, they were very slow and clunky, and they just weren't like elites. Elites were, the premise of elites originally was that they were supposed to be inspired by the xenomorphs from Alien. They were supposed to be like that, and they could kill a. There was a line some developer said at some point, like they're supposed to like dance around their foes and stuff, and not be. They're supposed to look like they're dancing around their foes, basically, like be very elegant in the way that they fight and stuff. And I think that was lost in Halo 4 and Halo 5. That is something that I'm hoping returns, because I did not like the Covenant style in Halo 4 or Halo 5. Some of the things that they added were cool. Some of the vehicles and stuff were cool, you know, like the different vehicles, like the Wasp and stuff. But just the overall art style of Halo 4 and Halo 5 for the UNSC, but more specifically the Covenant, I did not like it. They changed what was already good. They should have stuck with the Halo 3 and Halo Reach styles, I thought. So the fact that Chief has got his armor back to it's mostly his Halo 3 one, just more proportionate. Most likely means that they're gonna go back to, you know, original Covenant ways. I didn't like the way that the grunts looked. Didn't like the way the new jackals that they brought in were quite cool in Halo 4 and Halo 5. But the elites were just like the tip of the spear. They were just like, they looked bad, and they just didn't fit the description of the elites. So I would hope that this is changed, provided they are actually in the game. The Covenant are really not what they used to be, unless they're serving Cortana now. I don't know. Maybe they're the type that are just fucking. They're like Christians. They'll just worship anything. Yeah. But I don't know. Like, maybe the Covenant won't even be in the game. I would hope they would be, and I'd love to see a return of the brutes. I've never played Halo 2, Halo Wars 2, sorry. But the brute from that, Aatrox, is a fucking beast, and he's a really cool character. I would love to see Aatrox stumble across a Chief, and maybe them have a fight. Aatrox was a really, really cool character, and I think he was somewhat wasted in a real-time strategy game like Halo Wars 2. He could have, not necessarily wasted, but I don't know, did he die at the end of Halo Wars 2? I don't know, I've never played it, and I'm probably not going to play it, so I don't care if anyone spoils it. Tell me in the comments. Did he die? Because if he didn't, he could very likely end up in Halo Infinite, and I would love to see that. He'd be a really fucking good boss fight as well. Like, he'd be a really cool boss fight, because he's a brute, but he's also smart for a brute as well. And I would much rather him be the main antagonist as opposed to Cortana. I know a lot of people hate the fact that Cortana's an antagonist now. I don't mind it that much as long as the game and the story is good. It doesn't bother me that much. There was other things that they could have done, but it doesn't bother me that much. But maybe if Cortana wins over Aatrox to a cause or something, or recruits him, that would be fucking cool. And that would be a really fun boss fight, and a lot more fun than Warden Eternal, I think. Because Aatrox strikes me as someone that they're not, you know, they wouldn't just give him a triple health bar or 200% more health than you. He'd beat you because he's a good fighter, you know what I mean? Like the brutes from Halo ODST, I remember they were really, really good. The brute chieftains, they had a lot of health, and they had invincibility, armor, custom mod things and stuff, but they were really good fighters. They were very difficult to take down. And I think that's one of the places they went wrong with Warden Eternal in Halo 5 is they just, and the Didact in Halo 4, he was just a cutscene, that boss fight was. But one of the places they went wrong with Warden Eternal in Halo 5 was he was just a bullet sponge, basically. That's all it was. It was cool, don't get me wrong. Like, people talk about it like it's terrible. It wasn't terrible, it was quite cool. But he was just a bullet sponge, and it wasn't much like the boss fight of Halo 2. I can't remember, I forget his name. Tartarus. It was an old game, so the boss fight it was more rudimentary and I'd say basic than you could make now in terms of boss fights, but it was still a good boss fight, you know. So I think Aatrox, again, I've just seen theory videos on the internet, so I have no idea if he's going to be in this game. That would make a really cool boss fight, because I don't know where they could go with a boss fight with Cortana. What are you going to do, punch a hologram? You know, so I don't know where they could go with a boss fight of that. I would hope that there would be another boss fight. And like what I said before about it being on the next Xbox, it's good and bad, really. I mean, it means that they'll be able to push it even further, provided the new Xbox, I think it's Xbox Scarlett, launches smoothly. It probably won't. New console launches always fuck up pretty much always. And the problem is, when a game is designed around the release and the launch of a new console, the game is usually very broken when it launches. Assassin's Creed Unity is a perfect example of this. Halo Master Chief Collection, perfect example of this. You know, when it launches on a brand new product that hasn't been play tested yet, not only is the game new, and that creates enough difficulties and enough problems and enough, you know, things that can go wrong, but the console is new as well. So putting those two together, I don't know when the Scarlett's going to be releasing. This said it's releasing holiday to 2020. I'd say it would release, you know, a max of 4 or 5 months after the Scarlett maybe. But you guys know my opinion on the new Xbox. I don't like console generations in general. They're needless, and I think everything should be focused on the way that PC gaming is, where it's this open platform where you can build the product that you want according to your taste and according to how much money you have and how much time you have and how much time you spend on playing games. I don't like this static locked system of consoles, especially when it locks. I remember having 360 and not having an Xbox One for like 2 years after it came out, or like a year and a half after it came out, and not being able to play Master Chief Collection, and just it really frustrated me. So I'm glad that I'm on PC now, because obviously PC players, you could be playing on a PC from 10 years ago, and if it's powerful enough, you could play the new Halo. You don't need to upgrade it or change products or anything. So that's what I was talking about when I was talking shit about the consoles before. However, it is cool because it means Halo's still primarily going to be built around console. I'd say this is the last Halo that would be primarily built around console. After this, it'll be very, very PC centric, as will every game. But I think I think because it's being built around this console, everything's going to be higher, more, you know, bigger gameplay events or bigger gameplay experiences and stuff. I would hope that they don't go down the route, which is what PlayStation 5 did, or what they're planning on PlayStation 5, where it's like, more pixels, more frames, and it's like, fucking, we're building a console that can do 8K, and like, that's great. No games run at 8K, but cool, you know what I mean? Like, it's that case of bigger isn't better type of thing where, you don't need 8K is what I'm saying. I would take 1080p or even 4K in 10 years over 8K or bigger is better mentality, and have like bigger battles or more AI on the screen at once and stuff. That's what I would like to see from this Halo, is not a competition. It's like a fucking size comparison between the PlayStation and Xbox. This is one of the problems of consoles, is they're just trying to one-up each other, and the battlefield for one-upping each other for the last 10-15 years has been resolution and frame rate, and it's silly. It's important, resolution and frame rate, to a degree, but you know, you could have the best frame rate and the best resolution in the world. If your game's shit, it's a shit game. So I'm not saying that this game is shit. What I'm saying is, all the resolution in the world can't save a crap game, you know what I mean? The new Call of Duties are a good example to that. But yeah, what I'm saying is I would hope to see, especially now that it's being built with a new Xbox, hopefully it'll be a very powerful Xbox, I would hope to see bigger gameplay sequences, you know, more AI on the field, big fucking battles that you can either take part in or like move past. I've been wanting this for a while, and the console side of gaming has finally started to catch up, where you can have these big movie-like experiences on a battlefield, instead of like you going into an area and there's a max of 20 AI enemies, but there's a big battle going off on the side of the screen, and you try and get there, but there's an invisible wall or there's a barrier of some kind. So the battle is really just a bit of a cutscene. It's like a trick. There is no battle. Do you know what I mean? And it's really, we've been stuck in that cycle for ages, where it's like a set tone. It's like a set, here's how you do your game sort of thing. Like, let's just put 15 enemies in this area, then he moves on to the next area, and then the next area. And there's nothing wrong with that for the time, you know, for like when Halo 3 was around and Halo Reach was around. That was great, but I think now is the time to move into these gameplay sequences where there's loads of AI on the screen at once, and your AI is really smart, and there's like big battles that happen, and you know, you can be fighting on the ground, and then, oh, there's ships in the sky, let's get in a Wasp or a Hornet and take down those Banshees. And the old Halo has always been good at that and ahead of the curve with that, ahead of Battlefield and Call of Duty, but console gaming and consoles in general do inevitably get in the way of that. If everyone was just on PC and PC was the only platform, we would have had that 10 years ago. It's just that PC and the gaming industry is always... You hear that saying of you're as fast as your slowest member, you know, where you talk about groups moving through the wild, or like wolves. Wolves are a good example of this, where the pack is only as strong as its weakest member and only as fast as its slowest member. It's like that. The gaming industry can only get as far as the weakest console can allow. Or gaming, you know, advancements can only get as far as the weakest console can allow. And the consoles are pretty weak compared to what you can get for the same price, or maybe a little bit more, in a PC. So that's why that's a very long-winded way of me explaining that, but that's why I'm not a fan of the whole console malarkey. I would love to just see the next Halo go down the route of still on console, but built for PC. I would love that. People will cry at me saying that. How dare you? But it's true. It is. Consoles do get in the way of gameplay development. So that's why I definitely won't be buying the new Xbox. I can assure you of that. And I wouldn't recommend it personally. PC is the way to go. This is coming from someone who was on Xbox for 10 years. 360 and then Xbox One and Xbox One X. But it looks good. That's what I would like to see. Now that it's being built around a more powerful... We saw in Halo 5, what I'm just saying now, we saw in Halo 5 examples of this where the battles get bigger. Especially the campaign. Some of the battles were fucking massive. You know, when you take down that... I can't remember what it was called, but those giant walking... What were they called? Giant floating bases. They were like a Kraken, is what they were called. Where you take one of those down on San Helios, and there's like Phaetons and Forerunners and Covenant everywhere. There had to be at least like 150 AI, maybe not 150, 100 AI on the screen at once. That was amazing. And like the first Mantis sequence in Halo 5 as well, there was a lot of enemies there. And obviously Halo 5 Warzone, they really went into this aspect of branching out the gameplay and making these massive gameplay sequences, and they didn't get enough credit for that. They really didn't. People gave 343 a lot of shit for Halo 4 and Halo 5, and I hope that doesn't reflect in this game, because people will always hate on things no matter what. That's the nature of boring losers that have nothing better to do than go on the internet and argue with each other and be toxic. So I would hope that they don't take that to heart and, you know, go back. People have said, we want the old Halo back. And then if they take that to heart and take it too far, it could mean we get small gameplay sequences and, you know, more story-focused. Story is good, don't get me wrong, but we should be seeing these big gameplay sequences and stuff. So I would hope that they're going in that direction, because they went in that direction for Halo 5, and Halo 5 was not very popular. I hope 343 ignores that. You can't please everyone, and you should never try. I hope 343 ignores the morons. Fair enough about the story. People who didn't like about the story, like Cortana being a bad guy and how they changed the art style and stuff. But you gotta give credit where credit's due, and the multiplayer was fucking tremendous for what it was worth, and the actual gameplay of the game was phenomenal. It was really fucking good for the most part. I didn't like that they got rid of armor abilities and stuff and different things that separated different Spartans from other Spartans and different players from other players, and just added so many different playstyles to the game. Didn't like how they got rid of that and made all the Spartans like Call of Duty style, where everyone starts with the same abilities and stuff. I wasn't a fan of that. But the base gameplay of it was fucking amazing. And I hope that the negative feedback that was thrown at Halo 5 doesn't blur their vision. I hope that they can take the feedback for what it's worth and be, alright, they didn't like Cortana as the bad guy, let's put Aatrox in as Cortana's second in command. Or something like that, you know? They didn't like fighting the same boss 8 times over with the Warden Eternal. Okay, we won't do that again with one big boss fight. You know what I mean? I hope they learn those things and then ignore those idiots on the internet and carry on with where they were going, because gameplay-wise, they were going in a very, very good direction for Halo 5 and with Halo 5, so I'd hope that they do that with Halo Infinite. But yeah, it looks fucking great. I would hope that they would do the same thing with Halo 5, with Halo Infinite they did with Halo 5, where they released the free content as well. There should be microtransactions in this, or the little bitches on the internet will cry because I said the word microtransaction, but there should be. Because what a lot of idiots on the internet don't understand is the game needs to make money. It's a business after all. when there's microtransactions in the game, but you get free maps and free content and free characters like with Battlefront 2, that is good. The company's making money, but you don't have to shell out, you know, £30 for a DLC. Or if they can't if they can't get over the virgins on the internet complaining about that, they should just do paid DLC, and I don't care, I'll pay for it because it'll be good. Maybe paid DLC is the way to go, at least while the whole negative hype bandwagon thing is surrounded with any game that has microtransactions in. Even if it's just a microtransaction to change the colour of your player's hair, people will slit their wrists over it and have a mental breakdown. It's pathetic. So maybe they should go with the paid DLC route. But what I'm saying is I would just love to see loads of DLC, like we saw with Halo 5, but maybe a little bit more focused on. Maybe we could get campaign DLC, perhaps. We have never really had that. The closest thing we had to that was Firefight DLC. For Halo Reach and Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary. Never really had campaign DLC. A campaign DLC or a DLC campaign, maybe a prequel or something, or like imagine like a Halo prequel to like a Halo DLC campaign that's focused around the first contact with the Covenant and the humans that you see in Fall of Reach. That would be fucking cool. I think that'd be cool. Something like that, something far off and different, you know, or maybe that you play as an elite, perhaps for a short campaign. I don't know, something like that. I would love to see that, and obviously loads of different maps and stuff. I liked where they went with Halo 5, where they had all these massively varied guns and everything, and it was a truly spectacular achievement that they managed to put so many different varied weapons in the game, and to a pretty decent extent balance it and have the gameplay still quite balanced and not broken. I would like to see that, but to a lesser degree in Halo Infinite. I would rather they put more attention on new maps and perhaps new vehicles, or bigger maps or bigger player counts, you know, per 60 versus 60, probably not that, but like 30 versus 30 instead of 12v12 and then AI. I would like to see that. I think that would be cool. More focus on the maps, just like with Battlefront 2. I said in a recent video, I'd rather than focus on maps and heroes over blasters and stuff. I would like to see that in Halo Infinite. I think that would make sense, and I think for the most part that would improve the game overall. Also a good roadmap. If they have loads of DLC and stuff ready when the game launches, it's imperative that they don't all release it at the same time or over the course of a few months. I hope this game is going to be like a game that is treated kind of like Fortnite. This is the one good thing about Fortnite that you can't fault it for. I would hope that it gets treated like Fortnite, where it's like a constant evolving product. That is the way games should be made. It works so well. I'm not a fan of Fortnite or Battle Royale games, but it works so well when you just have this open platform that you constantly evolve and add to. It works way better than the Call of Duty style of things that is fucked up so badly over the last 7 years, where it's self-cannibalization, where you release one Call of Duty and then the next year this Call of Duty kills that Call of Duty, and then the next year, and none of the games have longevity anymore. The only games that we remember fondly now are the Modern Warfare games, the early ones, and the early Black Ops games, because that was back in the days where games stood for themselves and were a real testament to, you know, they stood the test of time before the whole let's scrap it every year concept came. And I think Call of Duty, the developers are only just realizing that this is why it's fucked up so bad. I would love to see this being implemented into Halo, where it's just like even like Halo 5 did this. They kept it alive for like 3 years, really, 2-3 years. Kept adding new stuff. I would hope to see something like that, where it's like an open platform and they just keep adding stuff to it and evolve the gameplay. And if they change some of the base mechanics, great. And if they just add new guns or new maps, great. Fortnite is really a good example of this. You guys know I don't like it, but it's a great example of this, where it really is how you should handle games nowadays. This is what Battlefield and Call of Duty developers failed to realize until it was too late. So I would like to see this in Halo Infinite. But yeah, I think I've covered everything. It was a good, very good trailer. I enjoyed that. It's I like how they ended it as well. You don't want to give away too much. I remember like they made a big mistake with Halo 4, where also I'd like to know why he's just floating in space. Why is it Chief that always ends up floating in orbit? Why? But yeah, what was I going to say? Honestly, I don't fucking remember what I was going to say, honestly. Oh yeah. They showed the Didact. I think they showed the Didact in the trailer for Halo 4. I think, and they showed the Warden Eternal in the trailer for Halo 5. They should not do this for this game. 3 for 3. Do not do that. Let it be a surprise. It's like when they showed Darth Maul's double lightsaber in the Phantom Menace trailer. That could have been such a great revelation and stuff, but it wasn't because they showed it and you knew it was coming. So showing Warden Eternal off and showing the Didact off, I think they showed the Didact in Halo 4's trailer or hinted to him or something. They should not have done that, and I hope that they don't do that for this game. If there's any surprises, if Atriox is going to be in the game, don't show it until the game's out. Please, do not do it. And at the very most, show a tease of his hand holding a gravity hammer or something. Don't show him, please. Because, you know, that element of surprise, just like jaw-drop surprise. Imagine seeing the Didact for the first time and oh my god, it's a foreigner. That should happen when you're playing the game, not when you're watching the trailer 7 months before you play the game. Do you know what I mean? Do you get what I mean? Anyway, gonna end the video there. What would you guys like to see from Halo Infinite? Do you agree with my points? Do you disagree with my points? Let me know in the comments. And what would you like to see? Would you like to see bigger gameplay sequences, or would you like to see 12K resolution graphics? Because that's relevant. No, but what would you like to see? Where would you like to see it go? Let me know in the comments. And as soon as they release another one of these, another trailer, I will obviously react. I will react to it. It's very interesting seeing this guy. I wonder if this guy's just like a soldier that's lost or ended up in a bad situation, or if all of humanity is like this. I know the technology is cut now, isn't it? The AI's all banded together around Cortana and fried everything. That's an interesting concept to have in the game. It's like the Geth in Mass Effect. That's a very interesting concept to have in the game. AI overthrowing their organic masters. People talk a lot of shit about that, but obviously Cortana, it's not great her being the main bad guy, but still, it's a very interesting concept. And they explored this in Mass Effect, where in the original trilogy, where these ultra advanced civilizations, as soon as the technology is ripped from under their feet, like a carpet ripped from under someone's foot, they're fucked, you know, like with the Reapers in the original Mass Effect games. Very, very interesting concept to explore in this game. I would like to see where it goes, because it'll just be an interesting story, you know. Maybe Chief doesn't have shields anymore. Maybe he's weaker now. I don't know. Let's see. You know. But anyway, I'm gonna end the video there. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. If you want to see more, subscribe if you haven't already, and share it, especially on Twitter. If you share it on Twitter with the hashtag Halo Infinite or Halo Infinite reaction or something, it does help the channel out a lot. Because the more people that watch the videos and the more watch time I get on the videos, meaning like how long each person watches a video, and the more comments help tremendously. The more I get of all of that, the more YouTube thinks, right, okay, people are, you know, spending time in this video and spending more time on the platform. Let's show it to more people. So if you want to help the channel out, do that. And if you want to help out even more, I've got a sponsor that will be linked in the description. Click that, use my code to get a cheap and a great game. A cheap and a great game? That doesn't make sense. To get a game for very cheap is what I'm saying. It's a great site, very cheap. Anyway, thank you very much for joining, and I'll see you all in the next video.